Hello students, I'm your course instructor Dr. Chaya BM, Associate Professor, Department of ECE, Sai Vidya Institute of Technology. In this video, we'll be looking into Module 5, Design of Real-Time System, a General Introduction. The topics to be covered in Module 5 are the introduction to design the real-time system, how to write a specification document, what is a preliminary design, what are the approaches in order to design a real-time systems. So when I say approaches, we have two different approaches, that is single program approach, foreground and background approach. So after the general introduction, then we need to look into the RTS development methodologies. So in the syllabus, we have to understand three different methodologies, that is Jordan method, Ward and Mella method, and Hatley method. The approach to design a real-time computer system, so it can be either any computer-based system, or indeed it can be any engineering system. So the work is basically divided into two steps. So the first step is planning phase and the second step is development phase. We need to understand what is the planning phase and development phase in order to design any real-time system or real-time computer system. So planning phase basically involves out a plan of resources. First thing what we need to do is, so we need to make a resource planning, so which includes people, time, cost, and equipment. So what are the equipments needed in order to complete the design of real-time systems? So once this planning is made, the second thing is that we need to think of preliminary decisions which has to be taken care, that includes hardware requirements. We need to plan for a given real-time system what hardware requirements are needed. So what are the hardware requirements needed in order to design the real-time system, and also we should plan for software requirements. So this preliminary decision is needed in order to design a real-time system, and also apart from this, an preliminary assessment should also be carried out to use a type of computer. So depending upon the different designs, we may have to select different types of computer systems. So when we say different types of computer system, it includes a central computer, and it includes hierarchical computer system, and it may be a distributed systems. So at the planning phase, it is very much necessary to make a preliminary assessment of type of the computer system to be used. It can be either a centralized computer, hierarchical computer, or a distributed computer. So these are the basic things which we need to take care during planning phase. So what will be the outcome of the planning phase? So basically, what will be the outcome of the planning phase? Will it be in the product form? No, the outcome of the planning phase will be in terms of document. We call the document as a specification document. We call the document as specification document. So the outcome of the planning phase will be your document. So the planning phase, a general block diagram is shown in the slide. So here, based upon the user requirements, the system definition has to be taken care. So once we say system definition, we have two things. The first thing is that software plan. So initially when you see, we will have so many software functionalities. You need to plan for the software, like which software to use, and what is the cost of that software, and you need to just take some of the modules from that software functions which is required for your design of any system. Similarly, so we have to make an alternate arrangement also for the hardware plan. So hardware plan, so out of various modules, we need to think and select which hardware modules are needed for the design of the system, and based on that hard requirements analysis is being carried out, and you write a different specifications for hardware as well as for software. So you need to write a specification for this is the specification requirement for a software planning, and this is the specification required for hardware planning. So this is the basic diagram for planning phase. So in the previous slide we understood that, so basically when I say planning phase, it is concerned with the user requirements. Of course it is concerned with the user requirements in order to produce some specifications. So the outcome of the planning phase will always be a detailed specification. So when I say detailed specification, you should know well in advance what is the hardware and software needed in order to design. So before you design, this document has to be created. So outcome of the planning is a document, we know that now. So and we also make a outplan of resources, which can be people, time, equipment, cost, and so on. And we also ensure that the preliminary decisions, so this is the preliminary phase. Planning phase is the preliminary phase where we make an outline decisions of choosing functions between hardware and software. Okay, and as we saw, we also make adjustment for the assessments and adjustments for what type of computer systems to be used in the planning phase. We understood that the planning phase outcome is just in terms of document, how to get the design of real-time system into a validated system. So that phase we call it as an implementation phase or a development phase. So generally when we are talking with respect to this development phase, initially it will be a state which is in, which we call it as a high level design state. So it is a high level design state where all the unwanted modules are also included in this state. So I told you that we need to make a detailed decision. So we need to see that we have to arrive at detailed designs. So at the when you start at the development phase, you see that the input to this high level specification, so high level design state, in the sense you will have all high level specifications. Okay, high level specifications. So the outcome is that the output should be in such a way that you have to decompose the system into set of specific subtasks. You have to decompose the system into set of specific subtasks. Set of specific subtasks. See, you want to design a real-time system, but however, you may not be using all the modules for the design of that real-time system. So you have to see what is the specifications which are included, so which will be acting as an input, and we need to decompose it into subtasks. Out of the subtasks, we are creating, or we are arriving at a preliminary design. We call this design also called as an preliminary design. So which includes all the modules. So from this preliminary design, we need to arrive at detailed design. We need to arrive at detailed design. So what do you mean by this detailed design? It means that, so depending upon the type of design we are creating or we are planning, so for that, what are the detailed specifications we need to use. So that we call it as a detailed design. So let's look into the development phase block diagram to go more in detail. The preliminary design is the basic building block of the development phase. Functional requirements is the input to the preliminary design, which is nothing but a which includes a global data structures and high level software architectures. Basically it will have high level specifications. So we need to arrive at the detailed specifications. So in order to design any real time system, we don't have to directly use the high level specifications. So that will be in the preliminary design. We need to arrive at the detailed specification. This detailed specification includes some of the software structures. So that software structures will have so many modules. We need to arrive at that modules. The detailed design is usually broken into two stages. One is decomposition into modules, okay, and module internal design. So we will be getting software modules. So once you get the software modules, you have to code and test the modules. The coding and testing of various modules will be combined now, and it will be tested using a software. This modules is being tested using software. So this is one part which is called as a software planning. So the software plan is being in a development stage. So there is something called integrate hardware and software. So what is this hardware? So hardware, here we have preliminary design for hardware planning. So for hardware design, the first these stages involves a question. Some questions will arise in our mind, like about the board structure in order to design the system. So here also we need to arrive at detailed design for hardware structures. So we need to question ourselves, like are separate ports going to be used for analog and digital inputs? Can the processor and memory be located on the sum board? And why? What type of bus structures should be used? All these are the basic questions which it will arise in your mind while you are choosing this detailed design in the hardware part. So after you frame out the hardware circuit, the board designs are prototype boards are being framed, and it's being rigged up, and you need to test it. And once the testing of boards is done, the boards are combined and it will be sent to the emulators or tested hardware. So once testing of hardware and software is ready, so now the integration of hardware and software is being made in order to produce validated system. So we can understand from this development phase diagram that the outcome of the development phase is always the validated system. So in order to arrive at this validated system, a separate software planning and a separate hardware planning is needed in order to get the integrated hardware and software, which we call it as a validated system. So this is a basic diagram to understand about development phase in order to design the real-time system. So the summary of this video is that we understood in order to design the real-time system, there are two phases included. The first phase is that planning phase. So when we say planning phase, we all know that the outcome is a specification document. The outcome will be in terms of specification document. So here in the planning phase, we took care of the plan of resources, assessments of type of computers to be used, and so on. Similarly, we also looked into development phase, wherein we understood what is detailed design. In the development phase, first from the preliminary design, we need to arrive at the detailed design. So detailed design, so when I say detailed design, it should be for both hardware and software. That is, detailed design should be detailed out for both software as well as hardware. Later you test both hardware and software separately. When I say testing of hardware, it includes tested boards, and when I say software, it includes tested modules. So later, once you get these two boards and tested modules, both have to be integrated. Both have to be integrated. So integrating both hardware and software will leads to an validated system. Will get a system called as an validated system. So for the development phase, the outcome is the validated system. For the development phase, outcome is validated system. Planning phase, outcome is specification